the Maile Behind The Scenes podcast. This is Becca in the presence of our very special acting grad, Ariana Jordan.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a few months, I think.
feel like we're not running into each other, but here we are. Time to recap what's been going on with you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about you other than acting.
Yeah, so I attend the University of Central Florida.
Go Knights!
Yes, go Knights. Charge on.
Charge
Absolutely,
on.
yeah. And I am a third-year student. I'm majoring in biomedical sciences.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's been a little tough, but it's been okay. It's been all right. I'm really enjoying it so far. I think a class I really enjoy right now is anatomy.
Okay.
At first, it was an adjustment, definitely, to get used to the class. But now that
Yeah.
we're on the pace of it, it's actually really interesting. I'm really enjoying it.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm also conducting research right now in the laboratory on metal organic frameworks, or MOFs, and they're like crystals, essentially.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I'm really working on one called UIO 66. I'm learning how to make it, and I'm also looking at some different solvents that can be used to make it and everything. It's been really cool to do that too, and it's also really fun to make crystals. They're really pretty. So
You
it's
make
really,
them?
Yes. Yeah, we make crystals in the lab. Yeah, that's my current research.
Wow.
Mhm.
UCF students are so talented. Didn't they come up with Gatorade? I think.
It was UF actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Florida's college students are very talented.
Yes.
That's super cool.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then what else have you been doing? What have you been up to? What else about you? Fun facts and stuff.
Yeah, I'm also part of a theater troupe, an improv troupe called Playback UCF on campus. Yeah, it is.
That's cool.
Yes. It's a social change group, and we focus on telling audience shared stories using music, movement, and metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a couple of forms, some short forms, and then we also use one long form in order to play those stories back. And
Wow.
yeah, on Monday we do have a really special guest coming in.
Yeah.
His name is Max Kelly. And he's an alumni of UCF. He's going to be coming in to teach us some tricks of the trade. So we're very excited.
Do you guys
for
have
that.
shows people can come and
Yes.
watch?
Yeah, we do.
I want to
shows.
go.
Absolutely.
Sign me
Yeah.
up. Oh my gosh, you gotta tell me more about that later.
For sure.
Now, what made you enroll to the Maile School?
So last summer, I enrolled in the Maile School because I was really looking to get back into my acting game. I was a dancer for many years. And then I actually discovered musical theater when I was a freshman in high school, and I was in my dance department at my high school. But then they were looking for dancers to play the nicest kids in Hairspray. Yeah, they were telling the dancers, hey, come audition for Hairspray. We need more people to play the nicest kids.
Yeah.
And so I was like, sure, I'll go ahead and try it out. And I did get the ensemble. Not a nicest kid, but I got the ensemble. So I still went with it, and it was actually this absolutely beautiful experience. I enjoyed it so much. So then I did the next musical at Chicago, my second year of high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. Beautiful experiences. Then I ended up moving to Orlando after that, and then I started doing more choir and those kind of things. I also did speech and debate in high school, but I started...
Where are you originally from?
I'm from West Palm Beach.
West Palm.
Yeah, South Florida.
Wow, it's beautiful there.
Absolutely, it's gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. And then you found out about Maile.
Yeah, I did, yes. I actually enrolled as a college student. I became I'm also a theater minor, by the way, at UCF. And I'm almost done with the minor. I have one more thing to do. So I was kind of thinking, that's it for my theater classes, but I was I really want to get more into this. So I decided to, come to the Maile School and start taking all my acting classes, vocal lessons, and it's been a beautiful experience here.
Yeah,
so
you
far.
enrolled and then you re-enrolled and you just kept coming back and then you enrolled for some private lessons.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Keep coming back. Love that. Now tell us what you learned while going to the Maile School and how the classes have been for you and what you've got from that.
For sure, yeah. So I took a 12-week class last summer. Then I started attending many drop-in classes. So during the 12-week class, we had the teachers that we had Lisa, we had Lance, we had Jim. All three were absolutely amazing. They were all incredible.
Yes.
Lisa was really amazing and kind of giving us a lot of self-confidence. I was really inspired by her, definitely in class.
Absolutely.
And then I really enjoyed Lance's teaching approach too, because Lance had these kind of playing cards that he would give us that had scripts on them, and then we would read them and then turn them into different scenarios and scenes and then kind of improvise in that sense.
Wow.
So that was a lot of fun. And then we ended off with Jim, and Jim was also really great. I love his vulnerability exercises. Those really helped me get out of my shell, I would say, because I have really kind of struggled with being vulnerable. So I think having Jim as a teacher in my 12-week class was really, really effective for that, just to be able to
I agree.
put myself out there. Yeah.
Wow. And then what did you enjoy most about the classes? Like environment-wise, classmate-wise?
Yeah, I think for sure getting to meet all the new people, especially in my drop-in classes in my 12-week class, like those were all amazing chances to like connect with new people who also are aspiring to be actors, and that was absolutely
too.
Yes, networking has been amazing. It's definitely the best thing.
And you've met so many people like by all the classes you've taken too. And then plus the 12-week course, like you're seeing them for 12 weeks every week. So you get to really build those bonds and relationships with them and grow along with them, and it's so cool to see like the classes come together.
Yes.
And then even coming on days they don't have class, like, hey, let's practice, or hearing stories about people, you know, making friends and meeting up and all that stuff. So that's super cool.
Absolutely. I think also like having scene partners is amazing for that, because
Yeah.
like you really connect with the scene partner really well. So that's also been a really good opportunity to make friends.
Yes.
For sure.
Now, what was challenging in the classes? What has been challenging for you?
That's a good question. I think going back to that vulnerability aspect, I would say, because acting does take a lot of vulnerability. I think something I'm very passionate about also is kind of understanding, like, why do people act the way they do, or the choices that they make, and like that's also why I really enjoy acting also, because you're really analyzing what a character wants and then how they're getting what they want, and then you also get to portray that yourself, and like it's like you understand a character and then you also interpret that character in your own way, and that takes a lot of also like emotional vulnerability in that sense. So I think just getting to that point has been difficult, and being able to really get all my emotions out and into a character, that has been probably the most challenging. But I think definitely the coaches here are really supportive in that sense, and I think I'm really able to, you know, become more open in that aspect and portray a character the way I would like to. Yes.
Awesome. Love that. Now, I know you love to sing and you take private vocal lessons here with Jim Braswell. Tell us about how that is and how that goes.
Yeah, so these are, okay, so I did choir for a few years. These are my first actual, like, private lessons. So it was definitely a shift from choir, especially now that I'm learning more how to belt and those, like, how to mix my voice, how to belt, when I was more focused on, like, the head voice and, like, you know, sounding very, like, blending in with the crowd in a sense.
Right.
Yeah, so getting into that kind of solo aspect in the beginning, it was actually, like, a bit intimidating, honestly. But also took a lot of work to, like, get to that point as well. Get out of the choir mindset and get more into the individual mindset, especially because I do want to learn some more theater music and eventually sing for theater, so that was definitely a shift there. But Jim has been an incredible and really supportive coach, and like his techniques and his advice have been super beneficial. So working on those has really helped me so much in my voice and also in my general confidence as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what are your goals when it comes to singing? What do you want to do? Where do you want to end up?
Yeah, I for sure want to begin auditioning, absolutely.
Broadway, maybe? Maybe Broadway?
that would be cool, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be really cool. One thing I want to do eventually is, when I graduate from UCF, take a gap year. I want to go to medical school, but take a gap year between and just really focus on auditioning and like all those aspects, and really what I'm learning now, really put it to use in that time. So I really want to keep on honing the craft, so then when I have that moment, I can start auditioning and putting myself out there. Yes.
Who is your favorite singer that inspires you?
Yeah, I would say one very popular singer right now who I enjoy is Taylor Swift, especially because she is like a poet, honestly. Her music is just
it's a story.
Yes, it is, honestly. It's very
her
story. Yes. Yeah, it's like her biography or autobiography in like a series of like almost 11 albums now with the Tortured Poets coming out soon.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what are your acting goals? What do you want to get doing and stuff when it comes to acting?
Yeah, I do want to eventually be in student films for sure. That's the thing I really want to try out, just to get into some student films, to get into those projects for sure, because I really admire student work. I think that I have some friends who have had some plays be published recently, and like so it's like really cool to see that, to see student-led work going on. Yeah, something I really want to go into as well is dramaturgy for sure. I really want dramaturgy.
Dramaturgy?
Yes.
What's that?
Yeah, it's where you kind of help the actors learn how to portray their characters. You kind of help them interpret their character.
That's really helpful.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can get hard.
Yeah.
That's super helpful. Wow. That's awesome. Now, what is your favorite movie, Ariana?
That's a really good question. So I really like the Rocky series.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Rocky movies. Yeah, because especially the classic like Rockies 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 5 movies?
Yeah, there's 5 like original movies, and they make like some other movies. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like them because like when I first watched them, I was like, these are a little bit repetitive because like it's a lot of like Rocky Balboa doesn't know what he wants, and he's like I don't know if I can do this, and then he eventually gets like the courage to like work really hard. He's like a really like hard work sequence with like music and everything, and then he wins the boxing round. But it's at the beginning I was like, this is very repetitive, but then by movie 5 I was like, you know what, this I caught on. Like
I'm catching on. I think I got it now.
It's an addicting storyline, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, not really. Would you recommend the Maile School to others? And if so, why?
Yeah, I for sure would recommend the Maile School, especially because every single teacher here is really amazing and will teach you something unique. And you will come out of the Maile School being like a totally different person. Like,
I agree with that 110%.
Yeah. You'll have so much more confidence. You'll be so much more open. You will be more willing to take risks. And those are really important things in anything you do. You can do literally anything in life. And the skills you learn here, like skills in communication, skills in portrayal, all these different things you learn are absolutely going to help you in anything that you do.
And there's so much to learn. The industry's always changing. And it's so important to keep up to date. And some people think they're too old to start, or maybe I should have started when I was younger. But like, it's never too old to start. It's never too late. It's never too late because there's projects and work for any age group, any background, any ethnicity, any type, all of that stuff. So,
yeah, that did happen to me actually. Yeah, one thing that the Maile School really helped me overcome was thinking I was like too late in a way.
No, not at all.
Yeah, because like I discovered theater when I was like 13 or 14, so that was like a little bit later on. But yeah, I had that insecurity of like, oh, I'm probably too late to like actually pursue this. But then I think coming here has really, really helped me in that sense, just to have more confidence in my own journey and trust my own process, for sure.
Confidence. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that is all the questions I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me again. Thank you.
We love you, Ari. And we will see you guys next time on the Maile Behind the Scenes podcast. Toodles! Bye!
Thank you.